Welcome to this Halo Wars 2 match where you are going to see a push with double hero coming in by the enemy. You're going to see some overcommitment that's going to be happening by yours truly, and some hopefully magnificent, wonderful bunker play in this chilly matchup between double Serina and Johnson, who's myself, and my teammate DC Longshot, who is playing as Atriox. We're also going to be showing both perspectives between myself and Longshot to try to give a little bit more of a feel of what is going on at all times in the game, since, you know, there is no spectating. And we have ourselves a cheeky little jackrabbit. Shout out to Ed Greenall for that lovely word. And we are going to now introduce the build order for yours truly. I'm going to be focusing on Marines and Hellbringers. We're going against double Serina, which means getting a plethora amount of infantry is going to be very important. And as you can see, it's also important to be active in the map to try and get these additional resources if possible. We are able to get some of the supplies, which is a good move. And our teammate DC Longshot is going to focus primarily on an economy build at first, to then getting out the Atriox, which will then focus on massive amounts of grunts to follow through to support the Atriox. So first step, as always, is to go ahead and start focusing on the nodes. Our Tech 2 leader point is going to be bunkers, and we're going to pressure the mini base that the enemy player was able to get early on in the game. Jackrabbit was able to scout us, which is going to be a little bit unfortunate, but not much we can do about it. Bunker drop is going to go ahead and come down. We're going to plop a lovely Marine right in there. And we're going to go ahead and get our first node, which will be nice to see to get that extra power generation coming in, while we continue to reinforce the mini base that now has a barracks on it. So we want to make sure we continuously have reinforcements coming in, so that way if they continue to produce off the mini base, we will be able to address whatever pops out from it. Meanwhile, Baby Trox is getting upgraded, so they're working on the nodes as well for DC Longshot. His Atriox is out and will be upgraded momentarily, and the presumption is that he's going to go ahead and follow suit in the middle of the map to help fight for that mini base in case anything pops up from that bunker. Meanwhile, mini base damage is going to be pretty much going at a consistent rate, where we will be able to take out that mini base. Barracks has been self-destructed. My teammate has decided to go for that second base, and Ice Barrier is the leader power of choice coming in from the enemy. And now it looks like Dark Blue has a little bit of units coming in from mid, which would be a little bit concerning, but nothing too much to worry about at this moment. But there we go. Double Bison and additional Ice Barriers are coming down, which will make this retreat a little bit difficult because some units were able to get frozen under that ice, at least 4 grunts so far. So for now, we're going to focus on a retreating tactic to try to get away from the ice. We have a sniper in an excellent position to go ahead and go after those Marines, and we found ourselves a mini base as well. As you can see, Longshot's keeping his eye on the Bisons that will be coming in, trying to get the turrets going, but we do have the heroes that are on the move, which be a little bit problematic in itself. So far, they haven't left the middle just yet, but they are clearing out the remainder of the grunts that are here in center. Longshot's also going to try and get this third power node so we can keep up on that power generation while we're doing good consistent damage on the mini base as a whole, and grabbed ourselves a second base, which is lovely to see. Speaking of which, enemy mini base, the double mini, is now destroyed. So the double Bisons is still an incredibly big threat. They're still chilling in the middle of the map for now, and we do have enough power to start working towards Tech 2, and there we go. Tech 2 upgrade is underway. But what's also underway are the Bisons. So we do have the grenade ability, so we can start dealing with at least one of these Bisons. But since both of them are coming in, this is going to be a little bit of a difficult hold if we don't do this correctly, because that ice can be very chilling. And if we don't take that into account, all our units are going to be frozen. And so here we go, double Bisons coming in. First Y move is coming down as well. We do have one of our snipers getting flanked by the enemy, but we do have our own snipers coming into play. And so hopefully we can get rid of the snipers, but They do have 2 Marines and 2 Bisons, and yes, we do have a lot of units, but ice can definitely be a problem. Restoration drone comes in for the Bisons to get the heal, but great EMP Mac is coming in. Another restoration drone is coming, and now we need to go ahead and try and get the grenade ability. Atriox Barox comes in. Lovely to see ice barriers coming down as well. And it looks like this first Bison is taking a big beating. Will we be able to take it out? A lot of our units are frozen, but there goes that first Bison. If we can get rid of the second Bison, things will be really good. But second ice barrier is coming down. The Atriox Chosen is frozen, but the Bison is taking a lot of damage and is getting a little bit closer to be taken out, but there's just a lot of ice. A lot of units are frozen and the Bison is slowly chipping away, but Atriox had just a little bit enough health to go ahead and take out the second Bison, which will be enough for us to start going with a counter push. So we do have that double mini, which is nice to see. Enemy did not expand at the top left side of the base, and that Atriox Chosen just barely survived with a slither of health. And now we can go ahead and start working on the mini base. But look at that. The enemy has a ton of snipers on that high ground on that left hand side, which will make things a little bit difficult. So bunker drop's going to come down, provide the extra vision to see if we can at least take out any reinforcements that are coming in, or that's on the edge of this high ground. So then that way we can take out some snipers and relieve Atriox of that pressure if they choose to push the middle of the map. Now looking at the big picture right now, our teammate does have some hunters to go ahead and deal with any Bisons that do show up a second time around. Engineers with that constant heal. We do have ourselves our 4th leader point. Atriox will be getting upgraded, and I am focusing on improving my economy as well. We finally got our expansion for our mini base. We're gonna have some vehicle play, so it looks like we're doing a 1-1-1 build with 1 garage, 1 barracks, and 1 air pad. It does look like Atriox is going to try and go ahead and get a little bit of a better positioning than what they currently have, but it's not that great. But sending the engineers over, cleansing beam's gonna come down. 2 turret drops come down by the enemy team as well. The cleansing beam's doing a magnificent job at work. Atriox is in a little bit of trouble. Great triple kill by the cleansing beam while we work on trying to take out these turrets, but the turrets are actually doing a little bit of damage, just getting rid of some of my Marines, and it got rid of some of Longshot's army as well. So now we have to just go ahead and retreat. So 1 turret got a double kill, and then the other turret ends up getting themselves a triple kill. So that was good value by those turrets as a whole. While we go ahead and fall back, we place the bunker, and we're not even going to go ahead and use it. So we're moving on to the mid game now. It does look like the enemy team definitely has their side of the high ground. They have their expansion base. Our teammates are going to focus on having more hunters to deal with ground units, and they do have themselves a cheeky little 3rd base at the top left side, or I should say sneaky, so we can go ahead and get better economy on that side. Turret production will begin, and it looks like we're going to be at max pop, so we need to start thinking about trying to get our hero out to just further strengthen our army. And the Bison has shown up once again. There's the ice barrier that is coming down. There is the Y move. The question is, are we going to go ahead and push upon this? Ton of snipers coming in from light blue. So red's going to posture just a little bit in front of the Bison and not get caught up in that cold. But more ice barriers are coming down. We do have our first Kodiak set up, which will be nice. And EMP Mac is going to come down and get rid of a lot of that infantry and stun the Bison with a lovely kill catastrophe coming in from that EMP Mac, which will give us the opportunity to at least get this Bison out of here with the hunters and engineers that we have. It looks like we will be able to hopefully clean that out. My Marines are going to try and continue to work on getting rid of the ice barriers because those are a little bit problematic. And a restoration drone does come in to try and save that Bison, but it's just not going to be enough. There's plenty of siege coming in by the enemy, which is going to push us back just a bit. We're going to need some shrouds from Longshot to go ahead and deal with this artillery siege that is happening on this left-hand side. But we do want to start sacking a little bit of our Hellbringers to open up some population to try and get some Kodiaks and siege for ourselves. And that's exactly what we're going to end up doing. Jackrabbit does have that upgrade to provide that excellent vision that we want. So then we can put it in a nice position, put it in hold, get siege set up like what you see going on. Beautiful Kodiak positioning. But now, how do we even push this? How do we even break this kind of containment that they put themselves in? One thing I can say is, a third base by me, not a bad idea. I like that idea since there's not much going on. We do have a decent economy, reinforcements upgrades have come in. But still, what is the play to go ahead and try and break this? They got siege, they got snipers, and that pretty much counters my army, and it's also going to counter long shots at the moment too, since he is mainly hunters and reavers at the moment. So currently the bunker was able to tell us a lot of information before it was able to get destroyed by the siege. But now we need to find a way to go ahead and break out of this position that the enemy has set themselves up in or hunkered down, break down the defenses. They are going to try and take our node, which we're definitely not going to try and let that happen. And I did set out a ping for a future attack position. So it does look like we're going to try and go all the way around, set ourselves up on the left-hand side, see if we can go ahead and take out anything that's on that side and just pressure that left-hand side of the base. That way, Longshot, if he wants to, he has an opportunity to pressure Dark Blue if he wants to, or come in from the left-hand side as well, since he does have his third base available and ready on that side of the map. Because of this, we are also going to focus on getting our upgrades now. We are at max population. DC Longshot's letting us know that he is going to be focusing on the right side of the map with Dark Blue. And now we're going to start rallying our troops over and see if we can start focusing down on the mini that's on this left hand side of the map. We do have enough for another Kodiak if we choose to get it, but for now we have ourselves a mini base to take out. Bunker drop will go ahead and come down, and we're going to get some Marines in the bunker to start taking this position for our own. We got our hero as well that we can put up on the garrison, and there is a little bit of siege, which will be a little bit problematic. Meanwhile, those shrouds are coming in with the cloaking field and to stop their Kodiaks from doing damage to their army in case they do have vision from the snipers that are on the edge. Very good play coming in from DC Longshot. Meanwhile, the mini base has now been destroyed, which means we're moving our siege up and we're taking the mini base. And maybe a good idea would be to put some production on that left hand side in order to help streamline reinforcements a lot more better than this huge long rally that we have going on right now. So left side, we're hooked up pretty well. Middle of the map, DC Longshot got that under control. We're going to move our Jackrabbit up to get better vision if possible, and it looks like we do. So we have started our siege barrage, and then here we go. Red has a bunch of infantry, has some Wolverines as well, and they're not pushing us at the moment, but it does look like it's going to be a little bit problematic. We were thinking about using the Mac, but it looks like we're not going to go ahead and do it. And Longshot's going for a push as well, so we're going to put our own Marines in the bunker while we have this double push that's going to be set up right now. So Light Blue is looking to do some counter pushing of themselves. We do have a Mac if we want to go ahead and use it. Turret drop comes in by the enemy, as well as some ice barrier, and the wide move from the Bison will be incredibly problematic, as well as our infantry sits in there taking all of that siege. EMP Mac is going to come in, which will be nice to see, but a lot of our units are frozen. We're trying to get our third Kodiak set up. Our factory is set up as well now, so we can start streamlining that reinforcements, but right now it is not looking good. We're going to get restoration droned. Our teammate Longshot's going for an eradication, which is getting rid of some units, and he's looking to do an Aatrox Burox as well. Killtacular for that amazing eradication that went down, but there's more abilities that are coming in, and we just have to be prepared. We got to hold off just a little bit. DC Longshot came in and helped reinforce. He is getting a little bit of lag that you ended up seeing there. Shout out to lovely Halo Words as part of the game. Sometimes it happens, but the Shrouds are at least setting themselves up to continue to protect his army from the siege. But my army has been totally decimated by Light Blue, and now a huge drop coming in from Serina, and here was just a huge overcommitment. It is incredibly cold on this side of the map. where the bunkers are at. We have no response to the Bisons, unfortunately, as an additional bunker comes down, and it does look like Aatrox is going to be taken out, but a cleansing beam will come in to get rid of as much units as possible. So even though the Aatrox is frozen, they're going to at least be able to get a Killtacular for that cleansing beam. So now that things have calmed down just a little bit, the siege is continuing on both sides. We're trying to get some Marines inside these bunkers. We're starting to switch up our army comp, getting some Colossus in here. But we kind of overcommitted. We overcommitted hard. And yes, you can say you were just having a precision on your side. How is this overcommitting? Well, DC Longshot unfortunately lost his whole army. We don't know what his next army comp is going to be at the moment as he rebuilds it. Myself included. Only thing that was left alive was the Kodiak Siege, my hero, and a couple of infantry that we ended up making from the mini base. But it looks like there's some suspicious activity that's coming in from Dark Blue over here. They have a good posture at the middle of the map so far because of the fact that they were able to take out both of our armies with relative ease thanks to their leader abilities. And meanwhile, I'm streamlining Nightingales to be destroyed over and over again by Light Blue on that side of the map. So all I can do right now is just continue to just hold this position. The siege is pretty strong. We don't have heals. We have snipers to deal with. And Dark Blue is also trying to posture up against Longshot as well. So he needs to try to find the right opportunity to engage. The bunker is going to go ahead and help out, and a huge glacial storm is coming in, and it just continues to be hard to hold this position as we lose another Kodiak on this left hand side of the map. We're trying to do as much damage and keep our Colossus in the back end while everything continues to get frozen over and over and over again. We have one Nightingale that was able to stay alive. A turret drop does come down and a restoration drone to heal their army. They're in a pretty good spot. I have no idea where the hero's at. The hero's still alive. EMP Mac comes in, and it looks like it was able to at least eliminate the Bison, which is good to see. A good double kill is going to come in, and we are able to at least push back Light Blue. So the question is, can Longshot do the same thing on his side of the map? He has Dark Blue that he needs to go ahead and engage right now. I took out a lot of Light Blue's army. Can he go in for the counter push? Shrouds are doing a great job keeping the Kodiaks in check. He's going to start getting his army into position. Double Y move for the cloaking field will come in, and here we go. DC Longshot looking to push with his Wraiths and Aatrox as well. Hunters are going to be in the front line. He has an Aatrox Burox if he needs to do it for heals and invincibilities. Y move is coming in for the... I just froze up there for a sec because of that restoration drone, Aatrox Burox. Sometimes my own leader abilities get pretty, but the push is continuing, and he was able to push back Dark Blue greatly. Meanwhile, we have a Colossus push that's happening on the left-hand side, and we're getting some momentum. So it looks like we're finally getting a good push, and even though the enemy put up a defensive restoration drone, we are putting in a lot of damage on this right-hand side. DC Longshot's getting the push that we were looking for. We are able to hopefully capitalize on this. A lot of units are being destroyed. The Shrouds, there's just so many of them, and it's doing great dealing with the Cyclops and the Bison, and so he's going to clear out pretty much everything Dark Blue has as well. There's just one huge problem. Where is the base damage and infantry damage? His Wraiths are pretty much gone. All that's left is Hunters and Wraiths, not Wraiths, Engineers and Shrouds. But Light Blue's base was able to get destroyed by the Colossus push on my side. But now what's the play? I need to go ahead and try and reinforce Dark Blue over here. Ice Barrier does come down, and it does look like DC Longshot's going to try and move his army over. Anti-air turrets are kind of doing a big number against this Shroud army. Meanwhile, instead of me being a good teammate and helping my teammate out, I am trying to smell blood, and I'm trying to go ahead and hit Light Blue instead of coming in to hit Dark Blue. So Longshot's on a full-scale retreat, which means I am going to be on my own on this left-hand side, but we will be moving our army up. We do have a cleansing that will be coming down by DC Longshot, and it looks like it's going to be another good cleansing, getting rid of a good amount of units, and at least be able to pull Dark Blue away. A lovely overkill is going to come in as well against Dark Blue, and now we're gonna try and go for a push. Now, this is not a good idea. Cryo is coming down, ice barrier is coming down, turret drops are coming down, and I'm just in a choke point. I am in what you call, I don't know what the saying is. I'm gonna call it a toilet barrel, and that isn't even the right analogy, but all these drops are coming down, and another cryo is coming down with possibly a glacial storm, not a glacial storm, a seismic toss coming down afterwards. Nope, more drops. So another huge overcommitment, but an eradication is coming down. Can it eliminate some units? It looks like it got itself an overkill, but we have ourselves the second overcommitment on our side. I drop in the combat salvage, but honestly, there's nothing left to salvage. Everything is pretty much gone. I'm at a very low pop. We're gonna just fall back to our mini base with our factory that we have while we figure out what the heck we're gonna go ahead and do. We have some mantises, which is nice. I would love to keep my Johnson alive. Mac Blast does come down. Johnson's running for his life. Y move does come down. Atriox Burox comes in to give some heals with invincibility. Johnson's trying to fight for his life, but Restoration Drone is a problem, and it looks like Johnson's going to go ahead and get frozen and get taken out. And now friendly reinforcements is also incoming, and so this looks like we can try and push back, but unfortunately the friendly reinforcements is just not enough. So we have to reset. At least Light Blue's army was significantly reduced. A lot of leader powers were used. Longshot continues to struggle, and unfortunately combat salvage, my rally just continues to get my units destroyed. But we're not in a bad position. We have a better economy. We can come back and try and swing again. Longshot switching over to air. But we have 2 overcommitments so far. And so one more bad overcommitment, it's going to hurt us. My supply game and DC Longshot's supply game is not looking too hot. We don't have a plethora of resources in the bank as we continue to rebuild our army. So we have to make this next attack count, because if not, we are going to be on the wrong side of the victory table, and we don't want that. Light Blue looking for an opportunity to try and take mid, but they are going to fall back just a little bit while we get some bunkers set up, because Light Blue is going for air. That's a lot of Hornets, and that's going to be a little bit problematic because we have no anti-air right now except for the Marines that happen to be inside the bunkers. So Red, Longshot, sees Dark Blue, another opportunity to go ahead and push. I'm falling back for now and trying to just keep their air at bay to make sure they don't reinforce against Longshot for the double team. I need to make sure I have enough pressure, and this time he's ready for his push. He has some Banshee. Ice barrier is out, and it does look like Glacial Storm's going to come out as well. And there's a lot more cold happening on my side as well. Turret drop comes down, and we got ourselves a double push that's happening on both sides. Restoration Drone comes in defensively for the enemy team. My hero is rallying over saying, "Hello Serina, how are you doing this fine day?" Oh, and a cryo comes down on the army. Unbreakable comes in. Will a seismic toss come down? And it does, and it significantly hurts a lot of the army. This is not looking good for Longshot, but if he can at least win this match, we can at least set ourselves up for a good one-on-one situation, because we are winning our fight on our lane. A lot of Hornets are being taken out, which is nice to see, and Light Blue does not have a second base. Their economy is hurting, so I'm going to go ahead and pretend to grab this second base in order to try to keep Light Blue over to me. We don't want them reinforcing Dark Blue whatsoever. And now a cryo is going to come down, and a Restoration Drone is coming in by me. And there goes the Seismic Blast. This is not looking too good. We do have an EMP Mac that will be ready to use, and we are slowly reducing their army count. Their Bison is now gone. So if we can just keep this pressure up a little bit more, we're getting so close to breaking them. Even though there is a little bit of siege that is a little bit problematic. Do not go for remote. Okay, we could have definitely gone for mechanical overcharge, but instead we're going to get faster bunkers. And now we're going to go ahead and try and push Dark Blue if possible. If we get rid of this army, we're going to go ahead and win this fight. EMP Mac comes in, and it's going to hurt a lot of the infantry. Light blue is coming in as well. We got ourselves a double team in this situation. We got to put some Marines in this bunker while we continue to fall back just a little bit. Additional bunker will come in, and we got to put more Marines into there. Glacial Storm is going to go ahead and come down. We do have ourselves a cleansing beam and an Atriox Burrock if we need it, but it does look like Dark Blue's army is being reduced significantly, and we were able to hold off this double team that was trying to occur on this left hand side, and this is going to put the enemy team in so much trouble. In fact, so much trouble that they probably won't even be able to recover from it. And now we have ourselves the air army that's going to be on the move by DC Longshot. So things are looking very gloom for our enemy over here. The double Serina, it's not looking too hot. We were able to hold off the double team, and because of that, there is a destroyed of all bases from the opponent team, which means this game will be coming to a close relatively soon. Light blue is the one that did it first. So I want to say, if you enjoyed this game, enjoyed this high quality Halo Wars 2 game that took me way too long to go ahead and edit, feel free to leave a like. Let me know in the comments if you enjoyed it. Let me know what are some other features you would like to see in the video as the game continues to freeze with his horrible connection, but he held on through. Halo Wars kept him alive, and he was able to clear out the rest of Dark Blue's army. A celebratory eradication is going to go ahead and come down, which may or may not do some damage at this point. I do not even know, but this game is now coming to a close since Dark Blue is now eliminated as well. So once again, really hope you enjoyed it. It took me about, I don't know, a week and a half to go ahead and edit this video. I don't think we're going to get as long of Halo Wars 2 matches like this, but I want to say I hope you enjoyed the passion. I hope you enjoyed the love that I have for this game. And most importantly, thank you for Foolish Apollo and Fastest Moon 722 for delivering a great game that could have gone either way if we made some more bad decisions and they capitalized on it. So with that being said, enjoy the rest of your day, evening, or afternoon. And until the next Halo Wars 2 video.